Hello, hello friend. How are you doing today? My name is Mary and this is Happily Ever Esch. Today I want to chat the new releases I have on hold at the library. This is part celebration that our library has just opened up their curbside pickup, so I'm so very excited to be celebrating that. I hope that your libraries are also opening back up and you're able to get books, because that's a great joy to bring library books into our homes. So I'm so very excited that ours is finally opening back up. I've been utilizing their online resources for sure, but there's something special about having a physical book in your hands, and I have some new releases that I'm really excited about. So I can't scurry to the library and pick them up now, but they should be coming soon, and I couldn't be more excited about it. So these are the books that I have on hold that I'm excited about reading, and let's just hop on into it. The first one is Beach Read. This is one that I had seen a lot of bookish buzz about because it was a book of the month club pick, I believe, in April, and I was not sold on wanting to read it. It just didn't seem like the kind of book that was going to be for me. But then I've heard so many people talking about it, and it was featured on Anne Bogle's top summer reading guide picks, and just everyone talking about it has made me really excited. The cover is also gorgeous. I will have put a little picture here so you can also enjoy the lovely cover, but it's a really interesting contemporary romance kind of premise. We have two main characters who are both writers. One writes in the literary fiction genre. He writes more serious fiction, and the other is a women's fiction romance writer, and they kind of have a challenge over the summer about like writing in each other's genres. So that's a really fun premise. Both of these writers are going through stuff, and the author seems to really be exploring that in this book. And just the more I've heard people gush, the more I've heard people say it's fun, explores these topics in a really interesting way. And also I just love the idea of like poking fun at the different genres and making each other write in the other genre. I just love that whole concept, and kind of poking fun at like what is serious literature, and it's all takes time and passion to write. So I love that idea, and yes, I've been sold, and I'm very excited. This does sound like a perfect summer read. I probably will not be going to the beach this summer, but I can pretend, right? I'll read it in my hammock or something like that. All right, next we have The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett. This again has been featured in Anne Bogle's Modern Mrs. Darcy summer reading list. I never actually got to The Mothers, which is Britt Bennett's first release, but it got a lot of acclaim and people seem to really enjoy that, and it's one I still want to read. But honestly, the premise of this book definitely captures my attention more. It's set, I believe, in the mid 1900s, mid 50s, 60s. We're following two identical sisters, and one goes missing. And we're following like that moment, and then how their lives have like drawn apart, and then how they come back together. This seems to be looking at race and class and all of the things. I'm probably not doing a great job of selling it to you, but I honestly don't know a ton about it, but I love the idea of sisters and they're coming apart and then coming back together and like looking at their lives. It sounds fascinating. And it's one that I am very excited to read. As soon as I get it, I will be reading that one because I have just been so sucked in by the premise of that. Next we have a graphic memoir novel, and it's called Go to Sleep, I Miss You. And this is all about becoming a new mother and the thoughts, feelings, emotions that come with it. And when I saw the title and the cover, I nearly like cried because it's so true. It's just, you want them to sleep so bad so you can get a rest, but then as soon as they do, you're like, oh, but like you don't need me anymore. It's, you know, all of the thoughts, emotions that come with not just motherhood, but parenthood. And I'm excited to see how she explores it in this very quick comic type form. I'm very excited about that one. And then last but not least is an audiobook that I am waiting for. So I don't have to physically go get this one, but it's one that I'm still excited about, and I am on hold for it. And that's My Wife Said You May Want to Marry Me. This book sounds beautiful. It's a memoir. It all started because the author's wife was terminally ill and wrote a piece for a major news outlet entitled something like "You May Want to Marry My Husband" or "Why You May Want to Marry My Husband," and it was all kind of her like reconciling and thinking about her husband and their relationship and coming to grips with the fact that she probably would not be living in this earth for very much longer, but why she wants her husband to be able to move on and to love again. And I'm getting like choked up just thinking about it, but this is kind of his, I think, journey from her death, grieving from her death, but also like moving forward in life. It just sounds stunning. I can't wait to read that book, and yes, I hope very soon it can be my next audiobook pick. Alright, so those are 4 new releases that I am waiting for with bated breath for my library holds to come in. This is a little series I hope to start. Hold on. Yes, so it will be a series. I've been following The Fabled Bookshop, which is a bookshop in Waco, Texas, an independent bookstore in Waco, Texas, and they do new release Tuesday, and I'm very drawn to the books that they select for their bookstore. They say that they're always looking for books about empathy and very human stories, and I always love seeing what they spotlight for new releases in their store. So I will put their Instagram down below in case you want to follow them and see what fun books they recommend. They do new releases in fiction, nonfiction, paperback, and kiddos books, so from children's books all the way to like YA. And they have a very curated selection. While you will get lots and lots of recommendations if you follow them for a while, I'm not overwhelmed every week, and I usually just pick a couple titles from what they share. I think they do this every Tuesday. So they've been a great source for sharing new releases, and like I said, my reading taste seems to really fit with what they share. Alright friends, that's all. I hope that you are doing well. And like I said, I'm hoping your library is open soon in some capacity, even if they're not open to like patronize and go into, that they will open maybe for curbside pickup if that is safe and okay for them to do. Yes, I'm just, well, what joy when we will all be able to wander around a library again. I'm looking forward to the day. Alright friends, I've rambled on enough. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Hold on for one more day. Yes, that was the inspiration, that song. I've been inside for too long, people. Too long. Yes,